Hey Jaafar,
Hey,
tell me what is this new newsletter about?
okay, sure, yeah. This newsletter actually is a monthly one, and we sift through the digital haystack to bring you and our viewers the most pertinent AI related news, separating the signal from the noise. So, our mission here is clear and simple. So, we distill the dynamic world of AI into digestible updates, focusing on the most relevant developments that truly matter. So, for the month of January 2024, if you had ever a doubt left in your mind that AI was not mainstream, just look at what happened during CES and at Davos. So, Babar, please go ahead and share with us what piqued your interest at CES first.
So CES is mostly about hardware, devices, and the interesting thing is that AI is moving to forms other than smartphones and browsers. So now it's AI inside
Hmm.
and it's getting embedded in a way that it's coming becoming invisible. Example are like the new kind of devices and automobiles. So the automakers are introducing AI inside the car and they are breaking the vendor lock imposed by Google and Apple and controlling the ecosystem using advanced voice recognition and large language models. So, this is a completely different way of interacting with AI, which is highly valuable and it's changing the way automakers have been using technology.
Very interesting. But in January, the software guys were not left behind. Talk to me more about the OpenAI marketplace.
Yeah, you're talking about the GPT Store introduced by OpenAI. It's a marketplace, and OpenAI is taking a page from Apple and Salesforce playbooks to drive adoption by allowing developers and creators to market their creations to the general public. You want to use an app that somebody has developed using OpenAI and the GPT models, you go to GPT Store, you start using it, and eventually those the people who created them will also get some revenue from there. So this is a very important signal because now it's going to spur more innovation and more of the makers are going to contribute while OpenAI controls these innovations and monetizes its products.
Davos also takes place during the month of January. And if you didn't know that you were at Davos, you would have thought that it was an AI conference.
Yeah, it's so true. The Davos conference has multiple themes like economic growth and climate change, but AI was dominant. The whole conference was buzzing with AI, as Andrew Eng noticed in his newsletter as well. And we have included a link to a very interesting discussion that you can watch on the World Economic Forum website. But the key signal is that even though the first wave of generative AI is neither fully reliable nor ready for all application, it still offers tremendous commercial value. I mean, there are like GDP shaping numbers that the current AI offers. And that's something that a lot of people have noticed. So expect more innovation, but also expect more impact on jobs and economies. Davos is known for hosting a lot of institutional investors, high
Yeah.
profile finance people. And as we were talking, something caught your attention in the stock market in January. So can you tell us more about that?
IBM had a huge moment in the month of January. They announced their Q3 earnings and the stock closed almost 10% higher the day after the earning announcement. And while 10% is something that you would expect from a mid cap, small cap, or even a Tesla, just because it's so volatile as a stock, that's not something you expect from huge corporations like IBM. So IBM, just to give an order of magnitude, is a $170 billion company, but without going into too much technicalities, it has a float of over 900 million shares. So it is inertia. The bigger the float, the slower the stock is supposed to move. So a 10% move is really impressive for IBM. All available information are reflected in a stock price during normal trading hours. So a massive move is driven by a surprise on earning, on revenue, or something else. When you look and analyze the Q3 earnings of IBM, basically what you find is that they came 2% higher than estimates on earnings and then 0.5% on revenues. That's not significant to move the stock 10%. So where was the surprise? And since this is an AI related newsletter, so it has to do with AI, right? So you would say, or you would think that going and looking at the AI revenue would answer the question. No, anything that has to do with AI and Watson X, is in the low hundreds of millions of dollars. So that's not meaningful. But the amount that clients are committing to spend on IBM AI products and services has doubled in 1 month. And IBM announced also a stronger forecast for 2024, and those two announcements made the stock move vertically. Remember when IBM Watson beat Jeopardy champions? That was quite some time ago. So all the investment that IBM did in AI more than a decade ago is starting to pay off. It just needed a catalyst, and you guessed it. What's that catalyst? OpenAI's ChatGPT. Well,
Right.
thank you, Babar, for your insights today. And that's it for this month's newsletter, folks. We hope that you found it useful and interesting. Share your suggestions with us, consider subscribing, and see you in the next video.
Thank you.